everyone, today I'll be reviewing this highly anticipated movie just dropped on Netflix called Spaceman, and it is starring Adam Sandler, Paul Dano, Carey Mulligan, and this movie, it is directed by the guy who has won Director Award for directing an episode of Chernobyl, Johan Ranek. So when I heard this movie is coming on Netflix, I was so excited to see this movie. I see it is getting mixed reception on Rotten Tomato, and after watching this movie, I can tell some people will really enjoy this movie and some people will not. Some people will think this movie is really boring and they will not like the way this movie ends. So I personally really enjoyed this movie. I always love Adam Sandler. Like even his crappy movies, I always check them out. I think he's really talented. Like you really like watching Adam Sandler on screen. He's very likable, I guess. And Carey Mulligan, who is Oscar nominated this year and last year, she is so good in this movie. Both of these three actors. Also, this movie has Kumail Nair. He is from The Big Bang Theory. It was quite pleasant surprise to see him in this movie. So this movie centers around Adam Sandler's character. Obviously, he is this astronaut and he is in this like a journey, space journey, and he's already been on this journey for 189 days, and he's going to Jupiter. He's investigating this cloud is hanging out. I think in this European country, Czechoslovakia, I think. And then we see he's there and he's trying to investigate what is going on with this cloud. And obviously he knew when he went on this mission, it is for 12 months. And of course he left in this movie. We see back home, he left his pregnant wife who is 6 months pregnant in this movie. And we see Adam Sandler's character, he become very insomniac, he cannot sleep. He has some of this problem on his spaceship, like toilet breaking and other thing. And when we watch this movie, like the biggest strength for this movie is actually immediately it pulls you into this you're watching this guy, he is all alone by himself in 189 days. He's all alone. Even one little girl asked him, you are the most loneliest person in the world. Like this movie starts with that. So you get the idea what is this movie is about. End of the day, this movie is about loneliness. Even when I was watching him, I felt so scared, honestly. I couldn't imagine myself being up there for so long. And he's talking to this guy on the radio, with the Kumail Nair, his character, and he's trying to talk to his wife. And basically in this movie, we learn that she is like planning to leave him, so which is this space people it doesn't tell him. So he's in this dark. It's like he has nobody to talk to. On top of it, the wife he left behind, he doesn't even know that she is planning to leave him. So when this creature appeared in his spaceship out of nowhere, of course, as the audience, even him, we all together wonder with him, is this creature real or is he imagining? So story-wise, I will say this movie story is, although this movie is actually based on a book, so I'm not ditching on the story, because at the end of the day, I have seen this kind of story before. This kind of stories are always predictable. But like what made this movie different is, I guess, if I see is as a critic, is actually very well written. Some of the dialogue back and forth between Adam Sandler and this creature is quite fascinating when you listen to them. Paul Dano in this movie, he's so good. His voice acting and the spaceship design is very good. I think the biggest reason why this movie works, if you compare with other, is this simply all the dialogues and how the loneliness affect us. I think anybody can watch and feel connected. That means it's for everyone. As I keep saying, it's not for everyone. This movie is really deep. There's just some part I was like, what is going on? And you know what, in a space movie there is always some scene that will not make sense. Still though, this movie is very well acted by, once again, Adam Sandler. He really capture audience attention in this. He makes this movie so engaging. So is Paul Dano, who plays this, a little spoiler if you don't want to know, I suppose. Like he plays this spider. How many times I creeped by this spider eyes. So many eyes. This spider But you know what? The conversation between these two, I can't wait to see this movie again. I really enjoyed this movie. This is very different than what I was thinking. Honestly, when I heard concept for this movie, this guy on space is talking to this creature, I really thought this movie will be boring. What made this movie interesting is the direction. This guy, he worked on Chernobyl, you know. Chernobyl is a so interesting show. He worked on that show and he directed. I liked his work here. Oh, very interesting was for me though. Still, I do want to acknowledge that if you did not like this movie, if you thought it was boring and pointless, I understand. But I really liked, as I laid out on my point, why I liked it, and that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? If you enjoyed this review, don't watch other reviews on other Netflix movie. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.